As you have noticed, there was a disconnection in my game, and as you can see, I've got a message: problem occurred while connecting to the game, please try again later. And so it seems that I won't know much about the statistics of the second game. Now let's move on to the third placement match. This placement match is against the Terran player, so it's best to just attack yourself, right? That's what I'm aiming for. But before I do that, I'm going to build things up just a little bit. We require more minerals. Okay, so these guys can start bringing me the money in. I'm going to build myself a spawning pool and another worker. This overlord will probably wind up dead. So let's wait for the spawning pool to finish, and then I'm going to build spine crawlers to be precise. Mutate into a spine crawler. Done. So this is where we can build a few of these. I'll better build them quite close to each other, and as you can see I can build quite a few of these already, and we'll use these to destroy our base. Now, when there's only a few drones left to mine, the money is mined very, very, very slowly, as you can see. Done. Here. And now let's start blasting. So if they show up, they're as good as dead. Ooh, this guy got caught. Look at that. He is not going to be friendly. Come on, can you hit? Yeah, that's another hit. Boom! And that's that. So I'm in his base here, as you can see. Now it looks like only one spine crawler can hit. The spawning pool. Look at this, his gun right there. You can see the ammunition rolling around. Obviously, that is without end. We can build a few zerglings too. and the spawning pool is out. Even with the spawning pool that's out, we're still going to get these Zerglings made. Now these guys can go and fight now. Okay, just kill them. Done. Almost done. Now it's time for me to lose the rest. So this overlord just exploded. In here, as you can see, my spawn crawlers will lose health. I'm not sure why is that, but that's probably due to the fact that I hold no overlords, and I didn't know that my buildings will lose health if I am going to lose my supply to 0, but that's a good way to learn. Obviously, I would think that okay, it's fine if he's going to kill off all of my overlords and I still have 5 bases out there. However, if my overlords are dead, it could simply mean that I'm as good as dead too. Now the Reaper has arrived, and we are in trouble here. However, I think he's like looking around. He doesn't know what to expect. Obviously, probably seeing these kind of things is a rarity, no doubts about that. In any case, he sends a few more, makes a scan, and pretty much sees that there's nothing new. Now, my spawns are losing health, as you can see, and they're losing health quite badly there. No doubts about that. Let's wait a little bit longer before everything explodes. That's it. Less than 40 health. It would have been nice if the spine crawler would have died after the explosion of this grenade that the Reaper threw close. Oh la la. League placement. 2 matches remaining. We can take a look at the opponent's MMR. So I guess this is his league points. So we have played against a good player here. In any case, let's move on further. We still have 2 matches. And we may as well destroy our nexuses with the next 2. Oh no, look at that. I didn't know about that. There are league placement matches available for other races. So the way it works is that there's a different league for each and every one of these races, including the random play. Could you believe that there is a league placement for a random play? So in order for you to be really good in the last Master League on random, you have to play very well with all races. In any case, let's continue with our placement for the Zerg race first, and we'll move on from there. So what exactly is random? As you may already know, there's a season, and after that season races end up being demoted or promoted. In this case, if you for example play Terran in a very high league, and you want to play with Zerg in the same league as your Terran. However, for any reason there you cannot achieve it with one of the two races, so you get demoted, then you're in trouble, obviously. No doubts about that. Then what you have to do is you have to play random. You have to play random so that you could play all the races in the same league. And the way I see the way it works is that random is actually mixed into other leagues, or random has its own league. It could be that if you play random, you play all races, but you play against players who only play one race. Or it could be that you play a random league out there. Now, which one of these is more important? Playing with many races consistently in a random setting, or playing with one race in one league. Now, in one league setting there. So, what are the benefits and disadvantages of that? Obviously, if you play only one race, you will undoubtedly forget how to play other races. So, the Overlord is dead. Does that mean the hatchery is going to lose it? No, it looks like the hatchery itself is certainly not losing health. I'm going to take out the spawning pool. It could be that in order for me to start losing health from the other buildings, I would simply have to lose the hatchery and overlords. We'll soon find out. Okay. In any case, let's take a look at my opponent's build. This is a placement match, but it looks like his build right there was just fine. Let's see if he walled himself off correctly. Yeah, it looks like he walled himself off just fine. Can't say anything bad about it. He starts 2 gases, which is a little bit greedy, due to the fact that he may not be able to mine as many resources or build as many troops. But this wall off is just beautiful right there. He even got himself a reactor in. Yeah, this is one of the better wall offs I've seen so far. Then he moves on with barracks, engineering's bay, and this is where my overlord shows up. Now he proceeds by killing the overlord, and he moves in by building more marines. Little does he know, I will soon destroy myself, and that's pretty much it. Game over. It was probably very unlikely to happen. As you can see, opponent's MMR is 2414. That was almost the same for my previous match that I played. And we're finally in the last match. Complete a series of rank matches to determine your initial league placement. Let's do that, and let's find out what exactly causes Zerg buildings to lose health. And I personally believe that it's simply the fact that the overlords are lost. Now, the only thing I want to know, does that mean that my hatchery will lose health too if the overlord dies? So we know that if there's no hatchery and no overlords, there were no units whatsoever, I was losing health all over. If I'm the hive itself, I mean all the buildings out there, including the hatchery, I was losing health. However, there was no hatchery, no workers, and no overlords. Now, let's find out what would happen if we would simply wouldn't have overlords, but we would have buildings such as spine crawlers, spore crawlers, okay, I'm going to build it here, I'm going to build it nearby, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to first of all lose the overlords and see if that's the case. Interesting indeed. Now we just need the money. Let's wait a little bit longer and the money will be here. Alright. So I'm starting with 2 spore crawlers and a few spines. Now these should finish soon, and that's it. We can as well stop collecting. Look at that, it wasn't 15 minerals. It was only 5 minerals that the drone was carrying. I think I didn't know. In any case, the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to get rid of these overlords. So, I'm at 6. And does that mean I'm going to start losing health? No, I'm not losing health whatsoever. The last time we didn't had workers and a hatchery. Now let's have the workers or units and let's get rid of the hatchery and see if that makes any difference. I bet that we're losing health due to the fact that our supply here hits 0. That's it. Nope, nothing is yet in place. It could be that there is a specific time that we need to be into to get the damage started. Yeah, it looks like the damage has started. As you can see, we are taking damage. And this damage is continuing. And it looks like I have the overlords, as you can see, but the damage still is spreading. So I see what's happening. There is no more creep. Without a creep, Zerg buildings will start to bleed because they're probably not being fed. So that's the thing right here, is that in order for the Zerg to survive, he must be on creep, otherwise it will lose health and the health will be lost very, very fast. Done. That's the last spawn crawler, and he should soon die. Look at that, it's alive. Look at that, it's alive. Could you believe that? If it burrows out, it's alive. And it was like on 4 health. That is very, very surprising indeed. It doesn't have to walk on creep, and as you can see, not only that, it's going to regenerate health. And it can be issued on attack order, whatever that means. I'm sure my opponent knows about this. And he's going to send something to get rid of me. I'm going to send this spawn crawler on attack order, and I'm going to see, does that mean that the spawn crawler will start again? So I'm ordered him to attack this unit, and it looks like the spawn crawler won't attack the unit if I just make him do that like that. There's no creep on the map, and the only way he can survive is by just crawling on his feet, and that's that. Ooh, that's it. Let's take a look how my opponent saw this match. So it looks like first things first is going to successfully wall himself off. Oh no, he wasn't. Oh yeah, it was. So that's a different kind of wall off right here. The way I see it when I play Terran, I do like the tech lab or a reactor, and I would like to kind of avoid building that supply depot over here too. And he kind of shows that on this kind of ramp you can work it out like that, and it works just fine. Furthermore, he kind of checks through, and not long from now I should end up being revealed. He does have a few workers. As you can see, I have not rebuilt my base, so he can already see me, but it doesn't look like he moved there with his camera. It looks like he knows how to play this game quite well. I mean, he knows all the build stuff. So now this is finally his look on there, and he probably knows already it's all over. I killed off things, and he's not really in a hurry, and he has everything he needs. It looks like he is going to start moving out. Call down extra supplies. Drops additional supplies, permanently increasing the supply output of the target supply depot by 8. 8 is quite a lot. Certainly, it's quite a lot. And it looks like he is moving out. He knows the spine crawler is incoming, and he's going to meet him just now. He's not issuing an attack order, he was just waiting for everybody to show up there. And this looks like the last placement. And I am in a Bronze League Tier 2. My opponent was 2500. So the first opponent was just like me, somebody who was fighting to get a placement. The second match ended up on a disconnect, so I don't know what kind of player that was, and the last 3 matches consisted of players who had at least 2400 MMR points. League promotion progress, let's take a look. When your progress bar is full, you are eligible for promotion. If you are in a provisional state, you may have to play more games before a promotion occurs. If your bar depletes, you are at risk of demotion at the start of the next ladder season. Minimum league tier MMR 2041. Maximum league tier MMR 2240. Your current MMR is 2160. Look at that, I'm at 2160. Maximum league tire. Alright, so I'm in the minimum tire right now. Or tire 2, I guess. Very interesting. So the bronze league is the first league out there. I currently have 0 wins. Bonus pool is 116. Season ends on May 16, 2018. 2018 Season 1 Bronze League Tier 2. Once you are placed into your initial league, there will be additional games required before the ladder can determine your skill level. Playing more games will gradually reduce any uncertainty the system has in your skill and will help determine accurate league placement. The bonus pool is a pool of points that accumulate over a season. If you win or are awarded division points from your pool, if you lose, points are deducted from your pool instead of your ladder. So it looks like I can end up being awarded some of these points here. And let's now take a look at the ladder here. So that's me right here. I'm here with 5 losses. However, others have 6 losses, but they are 8 places above me, and it's not the only one. So there are quite a few who didn't work things out well. Look at that, he almost didn't lose anything. We can leave the league, but not going to try just yet. So that's the statistics. Other ones are not yet completed. I like that I started in Tier 2, so that's the very bottom. If I would have won 5 games, I would probably be in Tier 1, maybe, and I would have lost many games against Tier 2 players. So certainly I am against different opponents than I would otherwise be, because I can always win and end up playing better Tier 1 players anyway. But there's only one way to play Tier 2, is by losing, and even Tier 2 players, I have no doubts about it, are relatively good players. We have our career so far here. That's the current season. I have already looked at it. Bonus pool isn't that much, but considering that the first place has just over 200 points, it's not bad. And that's the beginning. That's the race report. Don't have anything here. I have already 5 games played in matches, and all of these were losses.